Hey guys, so I'm doing an update on all the tanks, and I thought I should bring you one of the 65 gallon. I don't think I've ever been happier with the state this tank is in. I just think I've found the perfect balance with water changes, fertilizer, photo period. Recently, just about 3 weeks ago, I think, maybe even a month, I put this tank on a timer, and I think it's made a huge difference. I've had this tank now for years, and I've never kept any of my tanks on timers, and now I keep them all timed, and I really do think it makes a big difference. Just those slight fluctuations in the light schedule, like if you sleep in or you end up staying up late, I think it really does make a big difference in how your plants react. So I would recommend it to anyone who doesn't already have their tanks on a timer. Yeah, so I mean, there's not a whole lot to say. Things have pretty much stayed the same. In my last video, I mentioned I was putting in some of the extra dwarf hairgrass from the planted nano, and it hasn't spread, but it hasn't died, so I'll just be patient and see what happens with that. The Congo tetras ate all the glosso. There's just a tiny bit left. But for those of you who don't know, Congo tetras really do eat plants. So if you're thinking about getting them and you hate plant eaters, don't get them. They leave most of it alone, but what they do enjoy the most, and unfortunately has wreaked havoc on, are the new growth on Anabias leaves. I haven't had very much new growth on these because they just eat them. I'll try and show you. Like, you'll see that this leaf here is all nibbled on, and that one as well. So they do eat them. I don't mind because they're still awesome fish, so I can overlook it. But things are pretty much the same. Just things are filling out. That, I don't know what to call it. I'll call it dwarf bacopa. I don't know what it's actually called. Just the smaller variety of bacopa is growing quite well back there. It shot up about 1 inch since last week. And I guess the biggest thing to tell you about this tank is that I recently picked up a bunch of new fish for it, which hasn't happened in a really long time. I've mostly been concentrating on the plants and the scaping and just trying to get it as aesthetically pleasing as possible. But recently I went to the pet store and I fell in love. I got a bunch of, about 16 of these little guys. They're emerald eye rasboras. I've never kept rasboras before, and I'd never seen this variety before. And I just love them so much. I know to some people they might seem kind of boring. The camera doesn't pick it up well, but they're just very kind of a silvery brown color with a little black spot on their fins, and their eyes just glow green. It doesn't show up very well on camera, but they're basically just like these little glow lights in there. They look really pretty, and so far they've been doing well. They are mainly top dwellers, which I only have one of those, which is the pearl gourami, who really doesn't spend very much time at the surface at all, actually. I think the fact that there's not much plant cover up there might make her nervous. But basically they've got all that spot up at top to themselves, and they've added a lot of life to the tank. I'm really pleased with them. I've been recommending them to people as well. They're just really pretty. I really like them a lot. So that's all that's new. Everybody's kind of gathered up because they think I'm going to feed them. But yeah, I guess I don't really have much else to say. I might just give you a couple shots of some of the fish because they're all out, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.